Hey everyone. Um, it's two monkeys on a microphone. I don't even know what episode we're at. I don't even know if this episode will go out to the people because we've recorded quite a few episodes that have never made it up
We will.
onto the internet because one of the monkeys is very lazy and hasn't,
Hey, the last
uploaded
look,
what
look.
we've recorded. But okay, give me your excuse
There's no excuses.
now.
I upload everyone. Well, everything, and not well. I mean, not everything, but like the episode that we did last time. It's up there.
Look me in the eye.
Uh huh.
Look into your monitor.
Sure.
Right into your camera
Hmm.
and tell me that you've uploaded every single episode.
I didn't upload every single episode, but I did upload the newest one.
There, I have my point proven. Okay? Okay, let's get into the topic of
Okay.
this episode.
Okay.
We're back. We're going to start this off with Ethan. What was the title of the episode again?
No, I'm not gonna say it. You have to like give the
Something.
context. Yeah.
Okay, I remember. Ethan's Dating Advice 101,
That's not the title.
specifically for online dating. And you might think that this is just like a goon, like with no experience, but I'll tell you something. Ethan is a veteran. He has experienced everything. He like goes on a date every single week
What?
and believes he's going to be falling in love. He's like the master of Bumble, Hinge, Tinder,
No.
whatever dating app you think of. And I am actually impressed with how many people he's dated throughout the years and believed that was true love. By the way, Ethan, is your current girlfriend going to listen to this podcast?
She would never find this.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So let's begin with how this conversation all started.
Okay. Let's
I
start with
woke
that.
up at 4:40 in the morning, jet lagged, out of my mind, and the first video that popped up in my feed was why it's so terrible dating in this day and age.
Mhm.
I don't remember like who the video was by or anything like that. It was 4:40. But it was a pretty cool video. It was split into two parts, one which was online dating, and the other part which was kind of like natural encounters. And the guy was like explaining like his online dating like experience. And he was going over everything. And I couldn't believe like how technical he was and how like planned everything was. Because like
Strategies and stuff. Yeah.
the way I see on yeah. The way I see online dating is, hey, how's it going? Hey, how's it going? Where do you live? Oh, I live here. Oh, I live here. Did you know there's a movie theater close by? Ooh, let's go to movie theater. Sounds good. And then go watch a movie. And then that's kind of how I envisioned online dating to be. But apparently it's much more complex than that. Like he was saying, I like went to like the girl's like beauty salon, and then like instead of like going up and going to the counter and being like, hey, I'm looking for X, he like just hung out at the front of the beauty salon and waited for her to approach him. And like he was also talking about like things like double texting and how like to avoid it at all costs unless you think like the relationship's like tanking and going like completely bad.
Mm.
He was like talking about like how like whenever like he's smoking weed while dating, like he doesn't smoke a lot of weed because he doesn't trust himself when he smokes a lot of weed. And then he was like also talking about like, if she doesn't text you back in X number of days, like it means a certain thing. And I was like, what? This is like, I never imagined it was this complicated.
How many views?
So,
Okay.
as I
How many views did they?
don't know how many views.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So Ethan,
Hmm.
as an expert, how about if you start with the beginning? What were your expectations before you entered this online dating scene? How down bad were you?
Okay. Hello, internet. This is Ethan speaking, and I have to make a point very clear. I'm nowhere near an expert. I would never call myself an expert. I don't know why you keep saying that. I guess it's funny,
It seems like what an expert would say.
but like, what was the question again?
Okay,
Okay.
answer the question.
What was the question?
What made you go online to date? Why were you so desperate?
Why was I so? Well, I
to
mean,
find love online?
would it be desperate to want love? Do you want to be loved?
Okay, okay.
I want to be loved. I don't think there's anything wrong with going
But
online.
I would imagine before you went online,
Hmm.
you kind of believed that you might be able to find love the natural way.
For me,
Or was it never that?
it
Never
was
like
it was
that.
never
Huh?
like that
Okay.
because I grew up in the age where the internet will help you find anything, and it just like makes sense for you to be like, oh yeah, I want to find someone. I just go online and find it. Like, there's no need to like. I mean,
I see.
sure. I mean, when you find people online, it doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like it's in the book. You know what I mean? But I think it's normal. It's the norm. I don't think it's desperate to.
So you're saying I'm an old man. I'm out of tune.
Probably.
Okay, so what did you start with? What app did you begin with?
Why are we going to the Pacific? I thought we were talking about the big pictures, but anyway.
No,
Um,
no, no.
which apps? Well, does it really matter? But I like Hinge,
Yeah. Tell us the first app.
the first
No,
app.
no, not what you like now.
Okay.
First app you went on.
The first app. Okay. Tinder and believe it or not, Facebook dating.
There's something called Facebook dating.
Yeah, like exactly. Like every time I mention it, like people had no clue. People were like, "Is that a thing?" But yes, it's a thing.
It seems like a good idea in practice, though. Like it's
No,
better than Facebook gaming, I would say. Like I don't go
sure.
on Facebook to look at people streaming video games, but like
Yeah.
Facebook is about like friendships. So
Hmm.
like why not go one
But here's the
level
thing.
above
Here's the
that?
thing. People can see your Facebook profile, and that's not good. Like,
But wouldn't that like make it like more realistic? Like you'd find better relationships that way. Like you wouldn't be some anonymous bugger. You'd actually like have your business contact there and like,
why would you? Why would
actual genuine photos of you
Okay, fair
instead of
point.
like manipulated
Fair
photos.
point. But
Okay.
um, this is not. There's nothing. I don't know if you heard that, but like there's a thunderstorm outside. But
I
um,
see.
I see your point, and my counter argument is, um, you're a very complicated person. Like each one of us is very complicated, and if you don't handpick out the things that you want to show to other people, then it's not gonna be good. Because like people are gonna take a glance at you, and if you don't show them the best version of yourself, they're gonna be like, oh well, this guy kind of sucks. Like, what kind of business is this? What kind of phone number is this?
Why does he keep
Yeah, exactly.
taking pictures of his Lego sets and
Exa-
posting them online?
exactly. Like people will
I
have
see.
like a very negative. I mean, well, not negative, but like people will have like assumptions about you, and you want to make people make good assumptions. So it's not a good idea to let people have your Facebook. But yeah, anyway, something like that.
So what was your like assumptions of like what the online dating scene would look like before you like when you downloaded
Mm,
Facebook dating and like Tinder, you probably had like a certain idea of it. And my idea, for example,
sure.
is like I have never downloaded a dating app,
Hmm.
but what I've heard is
Hmm.
it's like a whole bunch of dudes trying to get that 1%. And then like the 1% woman is like looking at the like mountain of dudes and like kind of cherry picking who to go for. And it's like desperation. And the only way to like survive is to like pay money to like the dating app and then like you get some
That's
kind
not
of
true.
bonus
That's not
that
true.
helps you to
Uh-huh.
look out. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your visualization? Because that's mine.
I think like people I think it's a tool. I think my what I had in my mind where when I downloaded Tinder and Facebook dating was this is pretty fun. That was it. I didn't I didn't want it to like hit the 1% or like
I see.
I wasn't trying to like I wasn't trying to find the one. I was trying to see that how good of a dating profile that I could have. So that's why I was like,
So you're not looking for true love.
yes, that's not the first priority.
I see. So
Yeah.
you're a playboy.
What? No, that's the no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying la, 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 la.
It's like just like the sudden realization. Hey, just wait a second. No, I'm not.
No, you got my point wrong. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the app is really fun. The dating part, it's just like a part of it, but like swiping and see like judge, well, not judging, but like swiping is fun.
Okay.
So
So it's like a game.
it's like a game. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's addicting.
You're playing with these women's heart.
I'm not saying that. I never said that. Or are you putting words into my mouth?
Okay. Okay. So it was pretty fun.
Okay.
I could imagine that. Like I'd go on there. Like if I had a dating app, I'd have a lot of fun. And like you mentioned, like making your profile also must be quite like
Yeah.
entertaining. Like
Yeah.
I could think of like how
Exactly.
I'd set up my profile to
Exactly.
be interesting and
Exactly.
like not conventional.
Exactly.
I think that would be the most fun part. That would sway me into dating apps.
Yeah.
I've always like thought about
Mhm.
not really like finding a person, but being like,
Mhm.
if I create this profile
Mhm.
like that I envision, what kind of people would I get?
Exactly.
Like it's like, you know, fishing out in the pond. But like
Exactly.
instead of using a fishing rod,
Exactly.
you're like using, I don't know, like a BB gun or something like that.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. And here's
I
the
see,
here's
I
the
see.
cool part. Like when you don't pay attention to dating and worrying so much about meeting the right people or whether is she gonna like you back on the app or not. You just have fun, and when you have fun, ironically, you're more confident, you're more likely to have a good match, and you're more likely to go out on dates because like dating is not your thing. You're not going out there and be like, oh my god, if the dates failed, I'm gonna be so sad. It's gonna be like, oh, if this date, goes to shit, I can just go back and keep swiping. It's fun. It's a game. You know, if the date goes
I
well,
see.
good. Yeah, you have connection with someone and you can decide whether this is gonna be worth it. But if not, then it's just a game. It's just yeah. So yeah, it's fun. That's what I had in mind. It's always been like that. Never changed it.
Okay, this is my question now.
Sure.
What were the conversations like on Facebook and Tinder?
I have to be honest with you. Those apps
Can you can talk on both, right?
Yeah. But like I have to be honest with you. Okay, disclaimer. I feel like conversation on Tinder and Facebook are very difficult. It's very hard to connect with someone because the way that those apps are designed, you don't get a whole lot. You only see a picture where they're from, what they do, and that's it. So the conversation tend to be very dry. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, hey, oh hey, how's it going? It's going pretty good. Okay. Well, what's your favorite color? Oh, my favorite color is red. It's yeah. It's,
like what I envisioned,
yes,
right? You know,
exactly,
like, hey,
yeah.
where do you live? Where do I live?
Yeah.
Is there a place we can go to? Kind of like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it's
But I just forgot my question. I was gonna say something. Keep going.
Okay. But yeah, that's why I kind of left Tinder and Facebook after a while, like after 2 months or so. It was so boring because like there was no fun. Because like the swiping is fun, but then when you engage a conversation, there's nothing much to talk about. That's why I switched over to.
Hard.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I just remembered my question.
Sure.
So Is Tinder and Facebook like the used when you were using it? Was that a common app to use in Vietnam or
Yeah,
apps to use in Vietnam?
yeah, very, yeah. I mean, everyone was
And
using
you were
it.
like matching with Vietnamese, right?
Sure, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm. So,
Okay.
hmm
So Facebook, Tinder, a bit too plain, run of the mill.
yeah.
Did you actually like have dates? Did you successfully go on dates?
I never had a good match on Tinder or Facebook. So, because again, like
Okay.
the conversation is so dry because like you text them, you have nothing to talk about. I mean, so most of them is just like bad
I would have
conversations.
expected Facebook to be pretty good
No,
because you can like go on their profile and you can be like,
no,
ah, that's a nice tractor you bought
no.
there.
See,
I'm thinking of Regina in terms.
see.
I guess in Vietnam it would be like, ah, that's a nice fishing yacht you got there.
No, it's nothing like that. Here it's gonna be like,
Okay.
I don't know, like dating profiles here is kind of lame. I mean, everywhere like it's not perfect everywhere, right? But like people here like have this sort of format of photos that they take of themselves. So like, oh wait, I lost you. I not can't hear a thing.
Hello, hello.
Okay, there we go. Lost you for a second.
So I said you're getting me interested.
Okay.
What's this format? What do you see in Vietnam?
Um,
I'm guessing this is mostly women because
Mostly,
like
yeah,
you're
obviously.
talking to women.
Obviously,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what's
Um,
this female format of photos?
Very bright photos. The tone of the skin is whitened, and um,
Just a filter. They use a filter.
well, I wouldn't say filter. Filter would be too easy to acknowledge, like to see. But like they will. So okay, so they will pick a spot that's very bright, lots of light, which is fair. I mean, you know, it's a sign of a good photo. But um, everyone will be look sideways or look somewhere.
To the side.
Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
they will look up and they will pose with something. You know, it's pretty typical. And I don't know, people do that a lot, and I just don't like it. I just don't like it when I see a profile like that.
So you're looking for something different.
Exactly. Like I don't know what's the word for it. Like it's a phenomenon. It's a phenomenon where 80% of dating profiles on sites like Bumble, Tinder, Facebook, they're gonna look the same. They're gonna answer the prompt questions the same. The picture's gonna look the same, and it's like this basic format that everyone uses. And I don't think they know that they're like basic. So like they just keep pumping them pumping these profiles out. Um, so yeah, there's a format definitely. So
You're looking for like a girl on a horse or
get on the horse.
I don't know, a girl off in a van
Just something
living
interesting.
in their
Just
car.
just something that engage your conversation. Let's say she does sport. You know,
A girl with a camera.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Well, cameras is a little bit generic now.
okay. A
Yeah,
girl with a guitar.
yeah, yeah. See, like that's something cool. Yeah, like oh my god, you play the guitar. You know, so just something
I see.
to
Okay.
different. I can't say the word differentiates yourself from the other, and I think that's what I'm looking for. And I want to have.
Do you think girls in Viet? Oh, sorry.
Nope, go
Do
ahead.
you think girls in Vietnam and guys dye their hair much?
For girls, yes, a lot. Most of them. I don't. Well,
I see.
most of them is a. I don't know. I would say about 70%. I think most women that I've seen. Well, not seen. What do I mean by that? Um, I think a lot of people that I know dye their hair at some point in their life. I used to have a best friend that would dye her hair like every month or so. Like every time like she showed up to school, like her hair would look different. So yeah, it's very common.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's get back on topic here.
Okay.
So Facebook, dating, Tinder did not work well,
Hmm.
and you didn't even get any matches. Even the conversations all dried up, and things weren't looking good.
I got matches but
So,
never
what you
dated. Yeah.
what made okay, you got matches but never dated.
Hmm.
So which app did you move to next?
Move on straight to Bumble. Yeah,
Oh, okay, and you've been a Bumble diehard since then.
exactly. Yeah. Because Hinge is not available in Vietnam, so Bumble is the way to go. Um,
Is Hinge the hookup app?
no, it's a dating app. It has the same concept as Bumble, but I never use Hinge, though. I don't know. But is it a hookup app? I mean, if you think about it, like all dating apps can be a hookup apps, you know? So,
Okay,
yeah.
so you've gone to Bumble.
Hmm.
Bumble's the tried and true.
Yeah.
Why is Bumble better than all the other apps that you've tried,
What does it
or the
feel?
two other
What does
apps
it
you've
feel
tried?
like this conversation is like between a dad and a son is like the dad is trying to understand the son a little bit better.
Well, you see, I'm an old man, Ethan. I'm not used to all this stuff.
I can't believe we're like just like one age apart. You're just 1 year older than me.
Mentally, our age is different. You see, I am like a 50-year-old, wise, know the right path in life, and
Sure.
you're the 10-year-old,
10 years.
still kind of goofing about, right?
I'm young at heart. Sue me. Kill me.
Okay.
What's special about Bumble? I think the biggest thing is that it has these little questions that people must fill out. No, it's not like people must fill out, but like you have a chance to make yourself different, not just through your photos, not just through your bio, but the way you answer these questions. And it gives other people a glimpse to what kind of person that you are. And I think that's really fun. I think that's what I
Mhm.
like about Bubble and Hinge. Is that you really actually like know these people better by the way how they answer those questions. And it could be very deep. It could be very casual. The questions, I mean. But ultimately, how you answer those questions will say a lot about yourself. And I find it very interesting because judging someone's by their photo is very difficult, but judging someone by how they answer this question, it's it's amazing. It like it gives so much. Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
Now I'm guessing with the app switch, you also probably switched your profile.
true.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm guessing day one Ethan's profile is very different from day 100 Ethan's profile.
Yeah, yeah, because
What did you notice worked?
oh, that's a good question. Yeah, but like I was saying, yeah, like remember when I told you about like the fun part is about like setting up your profiles and looking at other people's profiles.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So after a while, you kind of get what works and what doesn't, and you kind of switch up a little bit. So I feel like after a while, I think my profile looks pretty cool. Mm. I'm very proud of my profile.
yes, but
Yeah.
what made it look cool? That's
Uh,
what we want to know.
yeah, yeah. I'm getting to it.
How can I, a day oneer,
A day wonder.
make a profile as good as you
Okay.
and
Well, I mean,
gather all the birds?
it's not like my profile is the best in the world or anything, but
I understand that, but you've had experience. You've
yeah.
developed
Okay.
your style.
First of all, um, have a good bio.
Okay. Before you give like kind of everything,
Sure.
what did your starting profile look like? Just so we can get a mental picture.
Just photos of myself, but not a face shot. I had an okay bio. Um, no prompts or anything like that. Not a whole lot of information. So just basically just like fill in so that I can start swiping. I didn't really think about like what other people might think of me. So yeah, that's how it looked like on day one. Um,
So you didn't have any face shot. Like it was just your hair?
it's like because I barely have photos of myself, right? And I would choose
Mhm.
photos of myself that kind of show me, but doesn't show my face. So let's say I'm wearing a mask, or like I'm doing something, or like I'm turning away, or like photo from my neck. It's
That's
bad. It's bad. Like it's terrible. But anyway, yeah.
okay.
hmm
You're just experimenting at the start. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
And
I'm
then
guessing you changed that at some point into your Facebook and Tinder profile.
yeah, Bumble, because I delete Tinder after like a month or so.
Okay,
Yeah, it was so boring. Um,
I see.
so what worked?
So you got onto Bumble pretty quickly.
Yeah, yeah, I would say pretty quickly. But anyway, what worked? A funny bio, something original that you can come up with. Um, good answers to the prompts that Bumble gives you. Um, it doesn't have to be like super interesting. It just here's the cool thing. The moment that you can give other people exactly just enough so that they're interested in talking to you, then you're succeed. Like that's it. There's no more. Like once you
Okay.
once you figure that out, everything is easy.
So what kind of photos do you have up on your profile?
Um,
Just describe them.
describe.
What makes them interesting?
Well, so okay, so you have like 6 photos, right? I think 6 is the maximum. I have one photo that show how I look like, just one, just so, but like it must be like really good. Um, 2 or 3 about my lifestyle and what kind of things that I do. So, let's say you have you like to ride bikes or something like that. You can use that photo. If you have pets, that's also a good photo to put on because like it's a good conversation starter. Like, oh my God, you have a dog? That's so cute. Yeah, that sort of thing. Um, and yeah, just generally like yourself and what you do, basically.
I see.
Yeah.
And would you say that's like the photos you see other people's like profiles have? Like when you look at women's profile pictures,
Mhm.
is it the same kind of format?
No. And I think
Oh,
that's what I was talking about. Like 80% of profiles that you're gonna look at, they're gonna be the same. They're gonna post the same pose, the same lighting, and the same bio. And you
I
can
see. So
yeah.
it's going to be like me
Mm-hmm.
in front of a cool location
Yeah.
with the sun out.
Mm-hmm.
Then me with a group of my friends to
Mm-hmm.
show that I'm social,
Mm-hmm.
with nice lighting.
Mm-hmm.
And then me, do you see me and my parents or parents don't,
Oh,
not part of
don't
that?
show your parents. I would say
Okay, no parents.
okay.
Me and my dog.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you and your dog's a good one. Um, you doing something cool. Group photos are not pretty good, I would say. Because
No,
like
I'm just talking about what you see with the like
what I
the
see.
girl
Okay.
on the girl photo. So it's gonna be like me in front of a cool location,
Mm-hmm.
me with a group of people,
Yeah.
me with my pet,
Yeah.
me at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have the dating app. So what you tell me?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like even that you don't have a profile, like you don't have a profile, like you can guess like what people would post. That's it. Like yeah, most people will post about that, and I think like those photos, like themselves with in a cool location, themselves with in a group, themselves doing something, um, which is kind of make it less interesting because like it's in the format like everyone does it. So
Whereas you have a good photo of you,
mm-hmm.
and then you like with a Rubik's cube, you with a guitar, cooking.
Uh-huh.
I know that you probably don't have any photos of you working out. You barely ever work out. But I can see how that would work.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Ethan, you have a very like distinct appearance, right? You don't look like the typical Vietnamese. You have long hair, goofy glasses, goofy smile. Well, yeah, I think you also dress well. You've got a good shirt on. Compliments You're a goofy glass as well. Okay.
Well, I mean,
And then, so we've gone over. Oh,
Mhm.
keep going.
Oh no, I was just saying, I don't think appearance is gonna play a big part. Sure, I mean your photos must look good, but I don't have a lot of photos of myself that I show my face. I'm kind of insecure about my face, so I think that with my profile, the bio and the prompts are really important because like I don't show people like my face. Um, but you say that and it's really nice, really nice to know.
And you're pretty successful with without showing your face.
I would
Like I would assume if you don't show your face,
uh-huh.
you're like pretty much done for. But like it seems to be successful for you.
I would say so. Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's going out on dates every once in a while is successful. I mean, if that's considered successful, then yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Hmm.
Would you go on a date with a woman who does not show her face on Hinge?
Yeah, totally. As long as they,
Really? Okay.
yeah, because like here's the thing.
Good conversation.
Yeah, the conversation, it must be good. It must be something interesting. They're giving me something and we have a connection, you know? Because like photos are just you're I mean, I don't date because of appearance or race or anything. I date because whether I like that person or
Mhm.
not. And the quickest way for me to like someone is to talk to them, you know? So I would totally date someone who doesn't show faces.
So your mentality on Bumble is talk to as many people as possible
Hmm.
and see how many people connect with you.
Well, it's not like talk to many as I can, but it's more like talk to people and see how much they're invested in and see how much I myself invested in them, and rank, see which one I like best, and then invest in that person the most. So yeah, that's how I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, to end off this podcast, I've thought of two questions.
Yeah, Nick, ask.
Let me ask the first question.
Oh,
I just think it's good to keep it short.
okay.
Um, that way, because it's our first episode back,
Hmm.
might as well keep it short and
You
sweet.
say the area
The
episode.
first question
Mhm.
is give me some good examples of conversations you've had on Bumble.
Okay. Man, this feels like an interview. I really want to ask you something.
Well, it is. You're the expert.
What?
I'm the one who's like taking a back seat today, and I'm asking you, the expert, your amazing experience. Because who knows? Maybe people are also like me and have never tried a dating app, have bad stigma against it.
Mhm.
But you are this entry portal into the good that comes from dating apps.
That's good. Okay. Fine. Okay. Good conversation. Um, I can tell you the signs that you're having a good conversation, and I will get into the details. So the sign that you're having a good
Sure.
conversation, you want to reply back to them, and they want to reply back to you. You never have to guess whether they will like you or not because you're always talking. There's this they give you something interesting, not just about like who they are, but their vulnerabilities, their insecurities, their stories, their life stories, you know, and how comfortable you are talking to them. You don't feel like a hassle talking to them, or um, yeah. So those are the signs. But example of conversation, um, let me think. Um, I think I can't remember, but so I met one of my exes on Bumble, and I think the first conversation that we had was about my writing. I put in my bio that I like writing, and I really passionate about it. I don't consider myself to be very good, but we had a very deep, long conversation of how writing is such a big, important thing about me. And I think that's a good example of what a good conversation should look like. It's something about you. They're both invested. You're both invested in, and you're both having the chance to discuss what's important to you, what matters to you, and what do you like as a person and why does it matter? And it goes beyond than just, oh, I like this. What about you? It's about who you are as a person. What do you dream of? What scares you? Things like that. Those deep conversation. So if you can pull that off, I think
So
you're
you're
doing
not
good.
look.
Yeah,
So you're looking for depth in your conversation.
exactly. I
Do you
guess
think it's good to start with that depth, or do you kind of gradually trickle into it?
I think it depends on people. I think it depends on the people that you're talking to. For me, as a Gen Z
Mhm.
who who's online a lot, I feel like having this that depth right away, um, I think it's a good thing. I think for some people that might be too much, but I don't think so for me. Yeah.
So that makes you interested in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
person that you're
Mhm.
talking
Mhm.
to. Okay.
Hmm.
Because there's a lot of people who go online and they're not looking for that depth, right? They just want
Yeah.
kind of plain, easy, don't waste my time kind
Mhm.
of
Mhm.
situation. Do you like me? Do I like you?
Mhm.
Okay, let's go do something together.
Mhm.
And that's all they're kind of looking for. But you're more kind of like, let's talk it out
Mhm.
online,
Mhm.
and then like we're gonna match
Mhm.
as people. We meet,
Mhm.
and then you kind of have conversations with them in
Mhm.
person,
Mhm.
and then after that you figure out if they're the one.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like if that's something that you want, like you just want quick dates, you want to see them in person and see how it's like, go for it. But for me, I feel like I need something more than just a quick hello to spend my actual time and money and go see them and you know and dress up and things like that. So I feel like the first conversation that we're gonna have on the phone is much more important. You're gonna say something?
So do you get a lot of that on Bumble?
I would say about not much, but I feel like I get that a lot more. I get that a lot on Bumble compared to other sites because again, Bumble is a little bit different. But yeah,
So you'd recommend Bumble as kind of a place for more long-term relationships?
no, I will say if you're like me, you're like having a deep conversation, you want to connect to people. I think sites like Bumble can really help, but it's really up to you. Like you have to you have to understand what you need and you have to understand what kind of thing that you're looking for. And Bumble is not perfect. I don't think Bumble I mean, as long as you know what you're doing, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter Bumble, it doesn't matter real life, it doesn't matter Facebook or whatever. As long as you know what you're doing, you're a nice person, you have things to show for, and just be a good person and be a you know how to talk, then I think you're gonna succeed.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
So you think Bumble's a net positive in your life?
Yeah, a little bit, just not too much, but a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Hmm.
That kind of goes into my last question, which
Okay,
is, I think we've talked about this before,
sure.
but one thing that I see as a potential problem
Hmm.
is it kind of becomes like gambling,
Right.
where you get good matches
Hmm.
and you go on, okay dates
Hmm.
with people,
Yeah.
but at the back of your mind, you're always thinking, well, there's so many possibilities open,
Mm,
and I just have to go back on the app and
right.
maybe I can find something better.
Hmm.
So you're always chasing
Hmm.
that better person that
Hmm.
is potentially on the app.
Hmm.
Because naturally, you think the more time you spend, the
Hmm.
better chance you have at actually getting that miracle match.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, because that's always at the back of your mind,
Hmm.
it's kind of destructive for your current
Hmm.
relationships. How much do you think that worry actually plays into your life?
I think that's a fair concern. I think that's very true. I'm not gonna try to be like, oh yeah, that's not true. Like, you can just ignore it. I don't think that's something that you can ignore. I think that you have to be very honest with yourself and realize that that's also a problem where when you know that it's so easy to see someone better on Bumble than your date, right?
Mhm.
And for me, I think that it plays a role in how I make decisions, but I always have strategies to sort of like ask myself and figure whether this is fair for the other person for me to keep doing this. Like I keep looking out for better dates rather than, spending time with them. There are questions that you can ask yourself, things like how does person make you feel, things like that. But um, the bottom line is there's always gonna be someone better, Bumble or not, in real life or not, right? Because like I could be dating someone that is like perfect in my vision, right? If I keep looking, but um,
Yes.
I'm not gonna be happy. That's for sure. Because like when you keep searching for something perfect, um, that's not a good way to do it. So the way that I see is that sure, I might be able to look for better people, better match, better something, but at some point I have to start understand and be happy with the choice that I make. And I think that's really what makes me happy. The fact that I'm happy with what I
The
have.
way
Yeah.
the way I see it, I'm very similar to you,
Hmm.
is that dating apps, they speed up the process
Yeah.
and they give you many more options.
Hmm.
Like meeting people in person, it's rare to encounter new people,
Hmm.
especially when you're working at the same place.
Hmm.
Um, Really, the only place you can meet people is at the club or somewhere like that.
Hmm.
And clubs aren't always the best environments
Hmm.
to meet people. Um, they're loud, everyone's drinking,
Hmm.
and yeah, it's just there's very few opportunities.
Hmm.
However, at the same time, dating apps kind of enable cheating.
Yeah.
So you're kind of taking a risk
Hmm.
because you know that the person you're dating
Hmm.
also has a dating app. And just because you're dating them does not mean they're closing their account, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So whenever they're feeling down or
Hmm.
something like that, they could easily just go onto the dating app,
Hmm.
scroll through a few more options,
Hmm.
and begin to think to themselves, well, maybe I should actually like
Hmm.
maybe have some conversations with some other people just in case.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, your relationships like busted.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't think dating apps are evil either. I don't think like naturally, it's that's more of a people's error,
Hmm.
human error than uh, error with the app or program.
Hmm.
I find like for me, shopping online through applications like Taobao, which is kind of like Amazon
Hmm.
in China,
Hmm.
I get a product
Hmm.
and then I enjoy the product, but the next thing you know, I'm scrolling through Taobao again for another product that
Yeah.
I think I might need,
Hmm.
and I have like my wish list
Hmm.
is like massive because whenever I see something I think I just might need, I add it to my wish list, and I end up with a big like things that I think that I need, but I don't really need them.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Okay, now you've been asking me a lot. Now I have a question for you. Would you ever
okay.
see yourself using a dating app after this?
Um, like I think in the past I was totally against the idea of dating apps. But
You're so old.
I just know the thing is, like, I know so many people who uh, use dating apps, and a lot of these people actually found like their wives or their fiancés on these dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I could see myself using it in the future, but
Yeah.
right now, no.
Yeah. You're not dating, so I mean, yeah, it's totally yeah. But yeah, I mean, for me, I don't think it's a tool. It's really up to how you use it. It's certainly a very different scenes compared to like seeing people in real life. Um, but as long as you be honest with who you are, what you want, I'm sure dating app can bring you a lot of new experience. And I think I like it that way. I don't expect Bumble to be like this one perfect solution to my problems. I need a wife. I need to get on Bumble and get my wife. I just see it as the way to meet new people, and I think it's fun that way. It adds flavor to my life. Sure, bad things happen. Like you get dumped, you get ghosted, or you get, like you said, some other people might consider other options than you, and they will forget about you. But again, it's really up to you. It's a tool. Just know your risk. Have fun. Don't think about it. You'll be okay.
I think that's a good conclusion for our podcast episode back.
Hmm.
I wonder when our next one's going to come out.
I actually have no
Maybe
idea.
another year from now.
Maybe.
But it was fun. I think we had a very good episode, and
Uh-huh.
thank you for listening. See you guys again next time. Bye.